my goodness, it's that song. And of course, you know what that means. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, mighty, mighty warriors. I am so excited to welcome, and I can hardly believe that it is August already. Where has the summer gone? Our fall catalogs are coming out in a few weeks, which means new and exciting products and more reasons to get back in touch with our clients, all those clients that have fallen off the radar over the last few weeks as summer's been heating up. This time of year, business really starts to pick back up for us. So if you've been working your business all summer long, then you're going to be really seeing a bump in your business. If you haven't been pushing as hard as we both know you can, then now is the time, warriors. Now is the time to make it happen. Kids are getting ready to go back to school, and now is the time to start laying that foundation to make these next few months your best selling season ever.
Ooh, that's right, Kerri. But before we go back and chat about this summer session of WOW, let's talk about going forward with the fall selling season. Now, you've been hearing it for a few weeks now. It's kind of like the theme song from Jaws playing in your head. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. It's getting faster and faster. The fall selling season for your Athena business is sneaking up on us, and you better be ready. So take a deep breath. There's still time to get set up for success in your business before your kids head back to school and we head into the most busy selling season of the year. So It's like, that's right, bring on that money, baby. So here's a must-do list that, you know, it should help you to get ahead of the game and be prepared to take advantage of all the momentum you can this fall. So what I need you to do is you need to make a plan. This is a place to start if you're serious about your business. You know, take some time to sit down, create a plan so that when September hits, you have a step-by-step vision and clear steps to take to get booked and build your business through the last 4 months of the year. So take an hour, set your goals for September through December, and create a goal-setting worksheet. And this is going to help you make a strong plan. Now, you also need to create a contact list of at least 50 people you haven't contacted recently. Don't sigh and say, I don't have that many, because I'm going to guarantee you there are at least 50 people who you could follow up with, but you haven't. Go to your cell phone, guys. Look through. I know you have more than 50 people in your cell phone or more than 50 people on your Facebook friends list. So think about your customers, your guests from your parties, previous hosts, and any of the leads that might have fallen through the cracks, and make your goal to actually come up with 100 names so 50 isn't going to seem so hard. And then I want you to throw your own celebration party.
I'm ready to celebrate.
Woo! Woo! You have lots of, that's right. I love it. Sing it again. Oh, my favorite slot machine plays that song. I love it. It gets me excited. So, listen, you have lots to celebrate this time of year in your Athena business, and lots of awesome new products to share. Hello, September meeting coming up. So invite all of those people on your list of 50, and everyone else you can think of. Choose a fun theme, and offer lots of great giveaways to compel people to want to attend. And also consider offering a virtual party. Yes, virtual parties are all the rage right now, and it's an easy way for you to share what's new and create a fun party without people having to leave their homes. And you can learn tons of simple steps for hosting your own online party by simply logging into your back office and listen to our Goddess Goat Mama Jessica Carr call. And giving back. Okay, giving back is a great time of year to do fundraisers, which also generates greater interest in your business. So you can make a difference while also growing your business. And last but not least, make sure your customers know they can shop with you online. If you don't have an email list with your customers' information, work on that now. And then they'll be sure that you email them at least once mid to late November with clear instructions on how they can shop from their chair with you on your website.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, Amy. I always tell my clients they can shop from their seat and off their feet. Okay, so this year I started with some pretty clear goals. I hope you guys did too. And we have about 4 months left to achieve them. It's not just because the summer's over, doesn't mean the year's over. I want to challenge you to take some time before the middle of this month and look at your own business. So think of it kind of as an opportunity to take stock of where you are and strategize the remaining of the year. Every business does that. We have strategy meetings to see, like, where are we going as a business? The best way to start this process is kind of taking a current state assessment. Basically, what I want you to do is to start by assessing where you are on the map that you created for yourself at the beginning of this year. So this is where you can see if you've gotten off course, if you need to make adjustments, or maybe it's time to throw that map out and create a whole new plan. Recalculating, we're going the wrong way here. It's time to recalculate. So if you've had some anxiety about looking at where you are because you kind of sort of already know without even looking that you're not where you want to be or where you should be, let it go. Okay, just let it go, because this is part of the process where you can't change it if you don't acknowledge it. So take a look at where you are. I find it helps me to make 3 lists when I evaluate my results. So let's start here. So list number 1, what you want to do is write down all that you've accomplished so far this year and celebrate your successes. Make a list of everything you can think of, no matter how big, no matter how small. Then put your pen down and really read it and take it in. Take a moment to kind of celebrate all of these things. You did these things. You made them happen. You did that. So celebrate that and own the fact that this list is proof that you are in charge of your own success. So that's list number 1. List number 2 is to write down everything that you still want to accomplish before the end of the year. Make this list reasonable and achievable, but don't make it easy. You need to stretch yourself. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. So be brave and write down a couple of things that you're afraid of, a couple of things that are going to push you out of your comfort zone and make you a little uncomfortable. What did you plan to accomplish at the beginning of the year that you haven't gotten done yet? Make a list of at least 3 to 5 really concrete goals. Take a page for each of these goals and write out, like on each goal is going to have its own page, and write out action steps. Things that you can do right now and for the rest of this year that are going to bring those goals about. So what obstacles might get in the way of you taking those huge action steps, and how can you avoid them? That's part of planning, anticipating contingencies. What's going to happen if you need a babysitter? What's going to happen if you get tired? What's going to happen if, something that you love to sell gets out of stock? Planning it ahead can make a huge difference in your results. So take out your calendar, and then based on that action plan, schedule these steps as an action list. Don't make them an option. Make them a commitment. So if you don't keep the promises you make to yourself, why would anybody else? So, make yourself a priority, make your business a priority.
Ooh, that's a good one, Kerri.
That's list number 2. List number 3, make a list of every single thing for which you are grateful for up to this point in 2015. Focus on gratitude for at least a few minutes every day and for the rest of the year. This one step, guys, will literally change your life. Not only your life, but it will actually change your neurological pathways. Many of you have seen the TED Talks I post every few months with Sean Archer, and it basically proves that the brain works best when it's at positive versus negative, neutral, or stressed. So choosing to be positive and feeling gratitude will help you think. It will help you create, and therefore it's going to help you achieve easier because your inspiration comes to you easier when you're in a positive frame of mind. So if you're feeling brave enough, we would love to see you share your thoughts after kind of doing this exercise on the WOW page.
Oh, my God, I can't wait to see this. Oh, that's right. Now, we kicked off our first call this session doing not a 3-way, but a 4-way with the war moderators, Jamie Get 'em Bluin and Chrissy Showstopper Shed. So our call is rightfully titled Balancing Time Off versus Time Out. And this was the first time, Kerri, we heard your phrase, 2K pays for play, which is awesome because, as we all know, warriors work hard and they play hard.
Damn Skippy. 2K pays for play. I love that. This is something that I've had on my vision board. I had it last year, and I found that it really motivated me much more than like a number or a chart. So I choose 5 things I want to do with my family over the summer. At the time, money was pretty tight, and I knew the only way we were going to be able to afford some of these extra things was through some great and steady parties. So my goal each month was really simply just to hit 2K and use that profit to play. And, I think that we tend to do a better job working our business when we're working toward a goal. Having a big, lofty goal is wonderful. It's amazing. It can really drive you. But big picture thinking can make it challenging to feel motivated kind of in the short term. So when your goal feels far off and distant, it becomes easier to brush short-term deadlines off and say things like, oh, well, I'm going to do that by the end of the year, so I'll make those calls tomorrow. Or, the problem is tomorrow becomes next week, becomes next month, and your business cannot afford for you to turn off the lights and shut down for weeks at a time like that. Having a short-term goal makes things like that just a little bit less likely.
Oh, yeah, and remember, regardless of what season it is easier to do business when you work consistently. My 2K Pays for Play paid for a kick-ass birthday party for my daughter and myself, and also our carnival adventures in Family Fun Day at Canopy Lake Park, because remember, I said in an early call that the Labrecques are gamblers at Carnival Games. And I will say that I enjoy gambling at Twin Rivers Casino, too. Come on, Double Diamond and Jackpot Party. Woo-hoo! So, it's like, that's right, I love it. So let's give some shout-outs to other warriors that celebrated 2K Pays for Play. So we had Crystal Allard. She purchased Kenny Chesney tickets, and she also bought her boyfriend a canoe. So I wonder if that means he's a little man in a canoe. Also, Carrie Kissel bought Kenny Chesney tickets, and she went camping for the weekend with the kids. And then Lisa Rose, she bought a pop-up camper. So a lot of people are going camping. Yep. We see that we had Katie. Katie was able to visit her sister in North Carolina. Lisa Hoxie, she filled her oil tank. Hot showers for everyone. Just simple joys. And then we had Katie Mahoney. She has been doing day trips with the kids and enjoying paint nights with her newly retired mom, Pam. And then we have Cher. Cher is going to be in Mexico this weekend with her friend.
Nice. And there's just the extras that are being paid for in cash, too, not credit cards. So just even beyond the play, Lacey Harding's having fun with the kiddos from boat rides to zoo memberships and a new bike for her son. Awesome job, Lacey. And Peaky Daly hasn't had to cringe looking at the price tags when buying school clothes because Lord knows I've already started doing that a little bit. Sarah Ranger signed her boy up for baseball. And we all know, I can totally speak to this having been a former football mom, that sports are not cheap. So congratulations, Sarah. Great job. Oh, and then there are the simple pleasures. Just ask Tanya Diva. She goes out for ice cream 3 times a week and pays for her cold, hard ice cream in cold, hard cash. Personally, I took the hubby for a couples massage on their 20th anniversary weekend. Thank you. So congratulations to all of our 2K Pays for players, and thank you so much for sharing your accomplishments, Warriors. You guys are making big things happen out there, one party at a time, and it's huge. So our second call, by the way, speaking of big things happening, was Themes, Creams, and Summer Wet Dreams with Jill Cram and Madeline Cerrone. These two gracious ladies spent a lot of time and energy pulling together what Amy and I believed was really well thought out and a lot of actionable information.
That's right. When we asked Jill, how do you strike that summer balance, she was real honest when she said, hey, I have a lot on my plate and I've struggled with the great balancing game, and I'm happy to say with organization, it is the best start. Jill has said before, it's important to have a set calendar for party dates, and it's important to have a set time for your business. So, because if you put it off, it will never get done. She is a list girl. Jill has her today list for each day, and on that list this summer, it had leave office at such and such a time. That list will say, go enjoy beach time with your girls. And as long as she is true to all of her list work and her non-work, her life will be in balance. This includes to have on her list, make sure she has a bra on before she leaves the house.
That's right. That is true. That was hilarious. She is a busy woman. And when we asked Jill, how do you sell to a busy mother, how do you convince a busy mother that it's okay to pamper herself and purchase spa products, I loved her answer. Jill talked about health benefits for products for busy moms and dads. She was that busy mom buying the inexpensive products for her family, so God only knows what chemicals and all that stuff, we are exposing our families to when we're trying to save a buck. 100% natural products, vegan, not tested on animals, made in the United States. That's, what Athena sells, and these are all excellent selling points. So Jill reminded us that what we are offering to our guests to relax and to pamper themselves, but products to purchase in the entire family that are safe.
Jill Cram isn't just the queen of cupcakes. She's also the queen of little girl spa parties. She actually recently hosted a mock little girl spa party at the home office, and I can't wait till they release the video to the field. I asked the ladies to please talk about some of the different themes or locations that you've done parties, and Jill told us how she does an annual summer boat party. So picture it's like 10 a.m., in the morning, 2 boatful of ladies venture to the center of the lake and party so hard it makes passing fishermen blush. And imagine that's not the thing you'd see on a Saturday morning. And Madeline always has great ideas. She said, hey, if my hostess doesn't have it, she doesn't have air conditioning, I always recommend doing summer parties in the backyard, on the deck, or by a swimming pool, and it gives the immediate sense of summer fun and relaxation. And she has some really good summer spa themes, which could include Mommy's Time Out, and there's actually, this woman knows her wine, and there's a Pinot Grigio by that name, or Mimosa Monday. How about an afternoon party that includes high tea, little small finger sandwiches and sweets with tea, or a garden party featuring fresh vegetables and dips as snacks.
I love that. Okay, let's stop for our first code word. Our first code word is remember. Our first code word is remember. R-E-M-E-M-B-E-R. Remember. And speaking of remembering, I remember the top new goddess for last year was Madeline Cerrone. So Madeline had a lot of success with small, intimate parties. So when someone tells her they don't have enough friends, she tells them that her philosophy is bigger is not always better. So she's done parties with 3 people in a room and had $300 to $500 parties. So Madeline says, I remind them that it will be just as much fun if the room has 3 people or 30 people in it. The difference is that it will be more intimate and they can share and ask more questions and try as many things as their heart desires. So the more products they try, the more opportunity the clients have to fall in love with Madeline's Heavenly Goddess products. So that was awesome. I loved hearing that. So moving on to our third call with our goat-loving goddess, Jessica Carter, coaching the O-Nostis.
Aw, Jessica is one badass goddess who always has great ideas and advice.
She sure the heck does. So we went over everything from what to do when you still have to communicate with your hostess 100 times about the underage policy, and she's still calling you the day before her party because her child care complications, turned into Heavenly Goddess parties or Facebook parties. Another good one was, what about if you are 10 minutes away from finishing your demo and your hostess says her children are coming home, and what do you do? I think a lot of people have run into that, so that was really useful. Jessica always recommends, don't get frazzled. Just pack everything up quickly out of the house and take their orders. Okay, and the one that absolutely kills me, and we have seen this time and time again on the WOW page as a cry for help, the hostess and her friends want you to wait until they get paid to push your order through, but she gets paid bi-weekly. So now you're holding the party open for an extra 9 days. What do I do?
Oh, yeah. Just reminded us to definitely let Sandy at the home office know so that you don't get charged the fee for holding a party open past the 5 days. Ain't nobody got no extra money lying around to pay party late fees. And also, be sure to let all of your guests and the hostess know that the products will arrive within 14 business days from the day you close the party so that nobody's sitting and watching out the window for the UPS driver that day after the party, before you've even closed it.
Right. Here, check this out.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I love to retune things. So good. And our fiery redhead smoothly handles the hostess who would rather turn over her firstborn child than give you the names and addresses of her party guests for you to send out invitations. She doesn't push for the guest list. Just said, one, she doesn't want, to send out, she doesn't want to have any more kids. She's already got, her husband neutered over a year ago, thank you. So she doesn't need any more children. And two, it's not worth getting her panties all bunched up in a twist. So Jess said, I'm not going to force my hostess to do something she doesn't want to do. If she won't do a guest list, just do your best to encourage her to get the word out to her friends and relatives. Work that Facebook event page. She's done parties where she's mailed out 0 invitations and there was a $1,000 party, and she's done parties where she's mailed out 45 invitations and only one person showed up. So you just never know.
Right. And a huge golden nugget for many of us from this call was the auction-style Facebook party. It's a great way to boost your monthly sales or to supplement from a canceled party. And basically what Jess did was create the event page. She invited a whole bunch of customers and shared the event on her personal and business pages. She made a list of everything she had in stock and how many of each item that she had. Then for about an hour, Jess would post the product, a picture of it, how many she had in stock, and a slightly discounted price. And most items were discounted about 10%. And the thing that makes it a bit different is that people have to comment sold if they want it. So, hey, this is a first come, first serve, and once they're gone, they're gone. And at the end, Jess, creates invoices for everybody, and then ba-boom, inventory is off her shelves, it's sold, and it's especially great to get rid of that one last random thing you've been carrying around and praying people would buy at each party you have. And Jess admitted that, hey, she doesn't even know why it's called an auction-style party because people aren't bidding, but for some reason that element of competition to be first, hey, we know that women can get very competitive, or second or third if you have multiples on an item. To comment sold on an item adds a lot more pizzazz and, so far, higher sales for her, and it's a slightly different way to do the same thing, which is collecting outside orders. It was awesome to see so many of the warriors trying this technique and having great success with this type of Facebook party.
Yes, that was awesome and innovative. I loved that. And the fourth call that created an amazing buzz was Thinking Inside the Box with Katie Mahoney and Talia Cocha. So Katie is the godmother of spice boxes, and Talia experienced a 4,000 day in sales. Yes, in one day with spice boxes. Subscription boxes for makeup, cooking, snack ideas, etc. They're all the rage right now. Many were asking, what in the world is a spice box? Well, it's like a present to yourself, and who doesn't like presents? A spice box is a specialty box designed to pique the interest of our clients and consumers, so they can choose to have a box that is a subscription style or whenever they deem necessary in order to spice things up. So it can be a one-time thing or it can be a subscription thing. And they can be for anniversaries, birthdays, Christmas, Valentine's Day, celebrate a divorce, to prevent a divorce, hey, whatever floats your boat. So they can be spontaneous but requested as a surprise to spice things up.
This was one of our most popular calls because, like you said, Kerri, subscription boxes are the total rage right now, and everybody wants a piece of the pie. They don't just know, but they just didn't know how to begin. So I definitely recommend that everyone listen to this call again, especially with the holiday season right around the corner. You want to pitch these ideas at your parties for easy gift giving, and they don't have to do a thing except order a box. I mean, it can be a one-time thing, or better yet, 4 times a year. Give the lady in your life the gift she really wants all year. Buzz, 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 buzz. And it doesn't matter if you're freedom or independent, because both plans can easily partake in spice boxes. Also, you can have price ranges from $25, $50, $75, and $100. Heck, if you can entice someone to purchase a $150 box, I say go for it. So, and I really love the questionnaires that the ladies sent out to the spice box purchases to see what types of products they'd be interested in. And some of the examples of questions were, do you like lubrication? Do you like vibration? Do you like to play games? How do you feel about positioning products? Are you interested in edible products, scented products? Do you have any allergies or dislikes that I should be aware of? If you have toys or other novelties, can you offer a brief description to help avoid duplicates?
Pretty brilliant to ask fact-finding questions to make the sale personable, too, and make sure that they are liking what they're getting. Our fifth call was so different from any other WOW call that we've done in the past. It was the first visual call with our Athena's marketing director, Chuck Lacradeur, on getting graphic with Chuck. So Chuck did an amazing presentation and explained the proper way to utilize the Athena brand and why it's so important that all goddesses and Adonises kind of stay on point with this consistent message of who we are as Athenas. Great little reminders like, we never alter the Athena logo. I remember specifically he said, please don't put hats on it because that's a huge part of our identity and we can't change it. Or the fact that our company colors are purple and green, that purple represents nobility and loyalty and power, and green represents nature and healing. Perfect for what our company represents. So I think he did a brilliant job relaying who we are and giving examples of how to connect emotionally with our clients. He shared pre-prepared artwork and helped Goddesses and Adonises remember where to locate these resources in the back office that they've always been there. The other thing Chuck did amazingly was share resources for free design software available online to help our warriors create professional and shareable content to promote their business. And that site, just to remind you, was called canva.com. And Chuck even gave a brief overview of how to utilize the site. So this is a call that, again, is well worth watching again. I mean, who doesn't want to get graphic with Chuck?
I know. And we love working with Chuck, and I know the Warriors got a ton of valuable information from what he shared.
Yeah, and speaking of sharing valuable information, Amy, one of my favorite calls was our Goddess and Adonis Life Hack call. So during this video segment, we asked warriors in the field to share with us your tips and tricks for making business and your life in general easier. So I love this call because it gave all of you guys in the field an opportunity to share your own brilliant little nuggets. And it was so appreciated, and Amy and I loved seeing and hearing from you.
That was awesome. And I had such a fun time doing that call with you. And that blooper reel was so funny.
That was really good.
Oh, and I loved hearing from Katie Mahoney and her dog, Layla. I think that dog should have her own goddess number.
My mom saved some time.
Layla does deserve her own goddess number. Actually, you're right. And we got all kinds of great life hacks from the field, too. Tips on eye contact from Angela. I loved Angela's video. I thought it was awesome. Cap replacement with Jen Madsen. We learned some great ways to display our products on inexpensive shelving and how some warriors have go bags for riding around town and sharing their business.
This call really demonstrated that there are many great ways to accomplish what we do. And I loved hearing about recyclable hostess packets. And I think our indie goddesses love seeing how Madeline, she stores her stock in see-through containers so she doesn't have to unpack and repack everything. And what I love the most about this particular call was that our field of warriors were so generous in sharing their own success techniques. And that continues to be a thread running through the WOW and Warrior programs, all of us sharing together for the company's greatest success.
That, Amy, is a great place to leave our final call. So the end of another WOW session, and I hope you all learned a little something. We hope you stretched a little. We hope you have some new ideas to invigorate your business. And we wish you a very profitable end to 2015.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, warriors, before I give you the last code word, please listen closely to the instructions. All SV sales must be submitted and paid for by 11:59 p.m. Wednesday, August 19th to go towards your WOW goal of $6,000 in SV for the session. Also, if you are listening to the call Wednesday, August 19th, you have two things to do before going to bed tonight. Email wow@athenashn.com. In the subject line, you must put Warriors of Wealth. In the body of the email, you need to leave your name, your goddess or Adonis number, and the two code words. And the last thing you must do to be entered to win $100 in free product is to go to our WOW Facebook page and post your aha moment under the thread we have pinned to the top of the page. Please do not post them randomly on the page. They will not count towards winning the $100 in free product. Mother Goddess will draw a name later this week and post the winner in the group page. Now here it is, our second code word. Our second code word is bra. Our second code word is bra, B-R-A. So all emails must be received by 11:59 Eastern Standard Time on Friday, August 21st. But warriors never wait. We get it done. And see you at the September meeting, everyone. Woohoo!